What's up everyone, welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video I will be reviewing episode 186 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And this episode was freaking fantastic, so let's get right into it. So it started off with Team 7 fighting Ao, and yeah, we got some scenes that was from the manga, but we got a lot of added scenes in this fight that I'm pretty sure a lot of these scenes wasn't in the manga. But yeah, it was some great action, some hand-to-hand combat, a little bit of hand-to-hand combat with Sarda and Misuke getting in close and having some taijutsu against Ao, and eventually Konohamaru, Sarda, and Misuke all started basically spamming jutsu at Ao, and they all started launching their jutsu at Ao, and he was just absorbing all of it, and he figured out that this was a diversion for Boruto, and he basically predicted that Boruto was going to try to attack him, and Boruto ended up attacking him from above. And yeah, it was just some great fighting overall. And the thing that I love the most about this episode is they really actually fully explain Ao's motives and why he actually ended up joining the Korra, why he ended up turning evil essentially. That's a crucial element to making a great villain. That's just in order to have a great villain, that's like literally one of the most important things. You need to have an explanation for why they ended up turning evil and why they ended up, how did they get to that point that they're at right now, why they're doing these evil things. And for Ao, basically Boruto, he asks Ao like, why didn't you return to your village? And Ao basically said that we got a little bit of his flashback again with him after he basically said he died as a ninja, and the Korra gave him power, and they gave him a new meaning for living because he felt useless. Even after Katasuke gave him a prosthetic arm and leg, he still felt useless because he had no power. His power as a shinobi was gone, and he thought he basically didn't have a purpose in life, and he was useless. And what ended up happening was Victor ended up coming in and giving him power, and the Korra basically gave him power, and he basically returned the favor by becoming their tool because he felt like they gave him a purpose for living. They basically saved his life, gave him a purpose for living because he was too weak to do anything. Even with that prosthetic arm and leg, he was still powerless after he basically lost his ability as a shinobi. And that's what he told Boruto. He said, imagine that you just lose your abilities as a shinobi, you just lose your powers. And yeah, and then he related that to the whole Mujino situation. He said Mujino died because he was too weak, and he said not everybody can become strong as your father, strong like your father. And talking about Boruto, and all of this does make sense. Like all of this, I think it was just fantastically written because the way Ao died, he was in a helpless situation, and that's what he was saying. He said he was basically helpless after I think I said he died. I mean, he almost died in the war, along with the rest of headquarters. Once that Jubi bomb destroyed headquarters, he was the sole survivor, but he just barely survived. He almost died, and he lost multiple limbs and stuff like that. And yeah, he felt helpless because he couldn't really do anything after that. But another reason why this is so great is because all of that, everything he was saying made sense. Because Naruto's super strong, obviously, but that power is not attainable by normal shinobi. Can't attain the power that Naruto and Sasuke and those six paths super high tier shinobi are at. They can't attain that power. Korra members like Delta, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but point being, that power is not attainable. So yeah, all of that made sense, and basically Ao was like saying that the reason Mujino died is because he was weak. He didn't have power, and the Korra gave him power, and that basically restored his purpose in life, restore his like gave him a new reason to live as their tool, because they actually gave him power. And yeah, all of that was great. And then Boruto, we got some great fighting. And then they actually had some drones that had like some scientific ninja tool drones. I don't think that was in the manga, but I could be wrong. I haven't went back and read that chapter, but I'm gonna probably go back and read that chapter today. But yeah, those drones, I don't think those was in the manga, the ones that was shooting chakra beams at Boruto. And it was some great animation, very very great animation with Boruto. Jumping around on these drones and putting paper bombs on them and then destroying them with like lightning style kunai and stuff, and then water style. And all of that was cool. And Boruto, after he pretty much beat Ayo, because he basically tricked Ayo, and this was very similar. As a matter of fact, it was basically a parallel, or kind of like a nostalgic moment, kind of like a callback to the Kaguya fight, when Boruto, he pretty much tricked Ayo with a shadow clone, because Ayo said because basically Boruto made a whole bunch of shadow clones, but he still had that scientific ninja tool gauntlet on his hand. And Ayo assumed that only the real Boruto would have that on his hand, because you can't create, like, when you create shadow clones, they can't, manifest, you know, basically super technology, like technology and stuff like that. They can't manifest, complicated machinery and stuff like that. And yeah, so because of that, Ayo assumed that the the Boruto that he had, because he was like choking Boruto, he assumed that that was the real Boruto, and he stabbed him through the torso, and he thought Boruto was gonna die, but it turned out that that was a shadow clone, because Boruto had given his gauntlet to that shadow clone. And then Boruto came up, he was hiding under some rocks. He came up and he hit Ayo with the Rasengan and finished him off. And then after that, Boruto, gave his, speech. He gave like he basically gave a speech to Ayo. Ayo told him to kill him, but he wasn't gonna do that. And he basically said, because Ayo kept on calling himself a tool, and he said, "You're not a tool. You're still alive. You're still living." And basically he tried to give Ayo some hope. And he basically said, "I'll never forgive you for what you did to Mujino," but he wasn't gonna. He basically spared Ayo. He was willing to let Ayo live. He didn't kill him. And he said, just like Ayo taught him, or just like Ayo told him while they were on the train, that it's about how you use it. Everything. It that applies to everything. It's about how you use it. And Boruto decided not to use his power in an evil way. He told Ayo that he can use his power for good as well. And he said, "You're still alive. The doctor gave you those prosthetic arms and legs. You're still alive. So don't give up. Don't lose hope," or whatever. So yeah, another great life lesson in the episode. But at the same time, along with that great life lesson, that Boruto, I can't remember his exact words, but yeah, he along with his little speech to Ayo at the end of the episode, which was fantastic, we got more detail and depth to Ayo's character, finally getting a full explanation for why he joined the Carter in the first place. And on top of that, we got some great action, a pretty well animated fight, and it was just great overall. So I don't even think I did it justice as far as how I just described all of that, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that this was a fantastic episode. I don't think I did it justice personally. This episode was just fantastic. Go watch it yourself if you haven't already. Obviously, most of you have watched it though. But yeah, freaking fantastic episode. Hands down, 10 out of 10. Story was a 10 out of 10. Art was a 10 out of 10. Animation was a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 episode. I am kind of disappointed that we didn't see Kawaki in the episode. I wasn't expecting to see him like until the preview. I was expecting to at least see him in the preview, but we didn't even see him in the preview. But manga readers, we know that Kawaki is coming very, very soon. As a matter of fact, I think he's going to be appearing in next episode, probably at the end of next week's episode. I think Kawaki will be appearing. We already did see him in the anime a couple weeks ago, or probably I think that was last week or a couple weeks ago. We already seen him in the anime, but he's going to fully, start becoming a regularly appearing character, a part of the main cast, starting I believe next week or the week after that. But I think we will see him next week, at least towards the end of the episode. But yeah, with all of that being said, And obviously, Kashi and Koji appeared at the end of the episode. And, you know, manga readers, we know what's coming. So, with all of that being said, yeah, that's what I got to say about the episode. Freaking fantastic episode, 10 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section below. So, yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the episode and of my review. And please like the video if you liked it. And click that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.